a big fire there as they exited out of turn 3, and that looks very...
In the realm of Formula One racing, spectacular crashes are a rarity. Nevertheless, throughout the annals of F1 history, there have been some truly horrifying incidents that have left an indelible mark on the sport. The nature of these crashes is exacerbated by the fact that F1 cars, unlike their bulkier stock car counterparts, are significantly smaller, allowing them to reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. 1955, Monaco Grand Prix, Alberto Ascari. In the annals of F1 history, we journey back to the year 1955 to recount one of its most peculiar crashes, which transpired during the Monaco Grand Prix. Alberto Ascari, a two-time world champion, commenced the race from the second row and engaged in a fierce battle with J.M. Fangio and Stirling Moss. When Fangio encountered transmission issues and exited the race, Ascari and Moss vied for the lead. However, on lap 80, Moss suffered an engine failure. Ascari should have capitalized on this opportunity, but astonishingly failed to negotiate a chicane, propelling his car through a barrier and into the Mediterranean Sea. The car submerged, plunging spectators into agonizing dread, only for Ascari to miraculously emerge from the water, having suffered just a broken nose. 1961, Italian Grand Prix Wolfgang von Trips. In 1961, the Italian Grand Prix, the penultimate race of the season, unfolded as a stage for a championship battle among 4 drivers, including Wolfgang von Trips and Phil Hill. Von Trips started from pole position, while Hill began the race in 4th place. The Monza circuit featured high-banked corners conducive to breakneck speeds on the front straight. However, at the end of lap 2, Von Trips's car made contact with Jim Clark, resulting in his car careening up a hill where spectators were positioned. Tragically, 15 spectators lost their lives as Von Trips's car collided with a fence and became airborne. The driver himself met a fatal end after being ejected from the vehicle. Astonishingly, Formula One opted to continue the race, with Hill ultimately securing victory and the championship. 1976, German Grand Prix, Niki Lauda. Dubbed one of the most perilous tracks of the 1970s, the Nürburgring circuit bore witness to the 1976 German Grand Prix, an event fraught with danger even before the race commenced. Rainfall prior to the race prompted discussions about its cancellation, with Niki Lauda among the drivers advocating for its abandonment. Despite this, the majority of drivers voted in favor of proceeding with the race as scheduled. After just one lap, most drivers pitted to switch to dry tires as the rain abated. Tragically, on the second lap, Lauda's car abruptly veered to the right and collided head-on with a wall on the straightaway. The impact ignited a fiery inferno, leaving Lauda unable to extricate himself from the blazing wreckage. In a stroke of fortune, fellow drivers intervened, rescuing him from the flames. Sustaining severe burns and eventually lapsing into a coma, Lauda's remarkable recovery saw him return to racing just 6 weeks later, clinching 2 championships before his career's conclusion. This incident, however, remains one of the darkest chapters in F1 history. 1978 Italian Grand Prix, Ronnie Peterson. The 1978 Italian Grand Prix marked one of the season's final races, with Mario Andretti leading the championship standings, closely pursued by Ronnie Peterson and Niki Lauda. Peterson's weekend commenced on a sour note as he grappled with the aftermath of a practice crash, necessitating his use of an older model car for the race. The race's commencement was marred by an unusual green light sequence that permitted some cars in the back to gain an unfair running start. Consequently, James Hunt collided with the rear of Peterson's car, propelling it into the barriers. Peterson's car erupted in flames, momentarily entrapping him within. Several drivers, including Hunt, managed to extricate him, allowing medical personnel to attend to his injuries. X-rays later revealed that Peterson had sustained a staggering 27 fractures in his legs and feet. 1982 Belgian Grand Prix, Gilles Villeneuve. Gilles Villeneuve, a beloved figure in Formula One, participated in the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix, the 5th race of the season. Prior to each race, drivers engage in a qualifying session to establish the starting lineup. In the final qualifying session, Villeneuve found himself trailing Didier Pironi by a mere 0.1 seconds for the 6th position. Determined to improve his time, Villeneuve returned to the track. As he crested a hill, he encountered a slower car, leading to confusion regarding the appropriate side to pass. This confusion culminated in a collision that sent Villeneuve's car hurtling through the air, resulting in multiple flips and ejecting him from the vehicle. Tragically, the impact proved fatal, with Villeneuve succumbing to a neck fracture and severe head injuries. 1994, San Marino Grand Prix, Roland Ratzenberger. The 1994 San Marino Grand Prix is etched in memory for two tragic accidents, with the first occurring during a qualifying session. Roland Ratzenberger, in his debut season, aimed to qualify for his third race. Regrettably, he missed a corner, colliding head-on with a concrete barrier and subsequently sliding down the track. The impact occurred at speeds exceeding 190 miles per hour, with the chilling sight of Ratzenberger's lifeless body slumped in his car. Despite the immediate response of medical personnel, Ratzenberger had suffered a basal skull fracture, leading to his untimely demise. 1994, San Marino Grand Prix, Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna, one of Formula One's legends, faced adversity at the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. After Roland Ratzenberger's fatal qualifying crash, neurosurgeon Sid Watkins advised Senna to avoid racing. Ignoring this warning, Senna, starting from pole position, led Michael Schumacher on lap 7. Unexpectedly, his car failed, slamming into a concrete wall at 130 miles per hour. The impact drove Senna's right front wheel into the cockpit, fatally injuring him with a skull fracture and severe bleeding. While Senna's loss was tragic, it prompted safety advancements. The legacy lies in enhanced safety measures that potentially saved lives and prevented injuries in the years that followed. 2014 Japan Grand Prix, Jules Bianchi. After 2 decades without fatalities since the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, Formula One faced a grim reality check in 2014 at the Japanese Grand Prix. Unpredictable rain had already complicated the race when, on lap 42, Adrian Sutil's spin led to a crane being dispatched to remove his car. In a horrifying twist, Jules Bianchi lost control, colliding with the crane. The impact devastated the car's roll bar, causing it to slip beneath the crane. Bianchi, unconscious and critically injured, was eventually extricated by safety personnel. However, adverse weather prevented immediate airlifting to the hospital. 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, Romain Grosjean. Modern Formula One has seen fewer severe crashes, yet the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix stunned the motorsport world. Romain Grosjean's accident, in which his car split in two and burst into flames after colliding with Daniil Kvyat's vehicle at 119 miles per hour, sent shockwaves. Remarkably, the Halo device, mandated since 2018, saved Grosjean from a severe head injury, leaving the driver compartment intact despite second-degree burns. Grosjean hailed the Halo as the savior of his life. This horrifying crash underscores the importance of ongoing safety advancements. In a sport pushing human and engineering limits, such incidents remind us of Formula One's inherent risks, while driver courage and community commitment drive safety progress for a secure racing future. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of fascinating topics. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.